Alright, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, Zofo actually asked four questions in one comment. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, when do you switch attention from one survivor to another?
Um, so like when do I change targets?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant about that.
Okay, so if I feel like a survivor is in like a strong area or if I feel like I can't get them, then I'd probably just change targets, try to down another person and then just leech them. I
I
think to
see.
answer that question.
Yeah, I think that answers the question. For the
What was the
second
next
question
one?
is, during late game, do you focus more on guarding the ciphers or do you tend to kill survivors instead?
It really depends. If I'm running abnormal, I definitely focus on guarding ciphers, but if I'm running something else, like if I still have blink or if I'm gonna run teleport, then I'll probably focus on lynching the survivors, or not lynching the survivors, killing the survivors.
Yeah, that's true. I would do the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
For the third one, if you're suffering from a bad early game, any tips on how I can get at least a draw?
Depending on the map, you can use abnormal and teleport to your advantage. If you're losing on like a smaller map, then don't tunnel the survivors. You just focus on guarding the ciphers. That can really help you.
Yeah, just like in Arms Factory.
Yeah, exactly.
For the last question, he was asking if he should bring Patroller or Blink, and when do you usually use them?
I feel like patroller versus blink. That's more of a personal thing. If you prefer patroller, then bring patroller. But if you prefer blink, just bring blink. There's not really a correct answer to which one you should bring. They're both equally as good.
Yeah, I agree. I even bring Teleport sometimes, but it
Yeah, I can work
depends.
on some hunters.
Alright, we're here with former top mod Greenwich back in season 1.
Yeah.
It's Miss Maxi.
Hello.
For the first question, it's from Baby Doll. What encouraged you to play Dream Witch back when people were putting her in F tier and degrading her? Basically, every second.
Honestly, oh, sorry, I cut you off, but
That's right.
honestly, I think the fact that she was put in F tier like made me want to pick up this hunter even more. And like, I feel like the fact that having like multiple hunters like on the map at once was just really cool. And I think that's probably what inspired me to pick up this hunter the most.
She's really unique.
Yeah, she is unique. That's what I like about her.
Alright, this is from Sayro. How can you concentrate to control all the followers and keep track?
Um, Honestly, I think the best answer to that question would probably just be to practice playing her. Like when you see top players playing Dream Witch, like they make a bunch of like switches and like you don't really understand like what they're doing. But I feel like the more you practice, like the more you can understand like every small little switch they make or every like move they make.
Yeah, I'm
It just
having a
comes with
hard time
practice.
memorizing all the servants.
Yeah, she's a really complicated hunter. She takes a lot of practice, honestly.
Alright, this is from Mutana. How do you keep calm as a Dream Witch player? Because I tend to panic a lot and get upset.
Um, I think the best answer to that question as well would definitely be to practice. Because when you practice, like all these littler things will just come to you. But like I've never really had any issues where I've panicked. I mean, maybe if I'm going against like better players, obviously I'll want to perform well. But yeah, I think practice is probably the best answer to that question.
Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but
How far can they go? I'd say like early game, they can't go like that far. You have to like constantly move your main body to follow the servants. But when you get more presence, I think the range is pretty far. Most of the time, you won't really need to worry about having to follow the servant later game, unless like the survivor you're chasing is across the map. For early game,
I'm
I
actually
definitely
scared
say
of
something.
presence during your chains.
Yeah,
So
he's really strong late game.
yeah. Wait, do you know Akari?
I do, yes.
Yeah, Akari asked him why he's so cute.
Could ask her the same question.
Alright, let's move on. Jesu Christo. Ask him if you need to hit others or the leech survivor with the leech. Oh,
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
he's asking if you use the leech survivor.
I feel like you should just get your hits whenever you can. I mean, regardless of how you get a hit, you get the hit. And especially early game, because like, early game it doesn't really matter because you're gonna get your skill back anyway, so.
Also, it doesn't matter if you hit the survivor with this, with her leech, right?
No, it doesn't really matter.
I'll take note of that. Yeah, I didn't know that. What's the next question? Alright.
Hang on, can you give me one? Can you give me 1 second?
Alright.
Okay, sorry about that.
Alright, welcome back.
Thank you.
Alright, Dream Eater is asking what maps are very advantageous for Dream Witch and what are not.
It depends on the strategy you want to use. I'd say if you want to play an abnormal game, you definitely want a smaller map like Arms Factory or maybe Red Church.
She's also asking when do you use Blink or Patroller?
I think Blink and Patroller, that's just personal preference. I personally prefer to use Blink, but if you prefer to use Patroller, you could. I don't think there's really one correct answer.
There's another question here. It's from Theo. He's asking, how do you make leeches move by themselves?
So when the leeches are moving, oh sorry, sorry.
It's a question from Apio. How do you make leeches move by themselves? Correct.
So when the leeches are moving in a constant direction, and you switch to either the main body or another follower, that follower will just keep moving in that same direction constantly. So you basically, what you want to do, you want to make the follower move towards a certain direction, and then you can just switch followers and it'll just keep going in like a straight line.
Yeah, I think I've been doing that correctly.
Yeah, it's not really like a hard thing to do, it's just something to keep track of.
That's true. Oh, this is interesting. It's from Nadine. She's asking, how do you stop getting sandwiched by followers?
So
And
when
what
you're
kind of
getting,
survivor,
oh sorry.
It's fine. What kind of survivor can counter Dream Witch the most?
Okay, so when you're getting trapped by followers, let's say you have like one to your left side, you have one to your right. It's kind of like a mind game. You just have to like guess what the Dream Witch is gonna do next. Is she gonna switch to the follower to your right? Is she gonna switch to the follower to your left? And if you can guess correctly, then you can definitely get out of a sandwich situation. It's not really an ideal situation to be in, but if you guess correctly, you can definitely get out. And as for the survivors that counter her, I feel like Perfumer and Seer are definitely something a Dream Witch player will need to look out for. Obviously Perfumer is like, when she perfumes and you hit with a leech, that leech is
Like,
gone forever.
lives.
Yeah. And then it's the same thing with Seer, like he just takes the hit and your leech is gone.
Alright, here's another question. It's from Shirmanin. This is so hard to pronounce. Anyways, he's asking what if you first saw a hider, like for example, a Chandler, Spectre, just like Perfumer. What do you usually do? Do you chase them or do you find another survivor?
It depends what skill I'm using. If I'm using Patroller, I'm not really afraid to chase anybody. But if I'm running Blink, I'll generally ignore Rescuers and I'll ignore Perfumers. But everyone else I'd probably go after.
So what's your
for this
thought
game...
process?
Oh, sorry.
This gameplay.
So... Let's see, I'm at Shack. This is always my go-to area on Arms Factory. But I think I saw the mercenary, so I'm gonna be walking away from that area. This is just me not knowing my spawn points. I'm a little rusty. So I'm gonna run towards main gate. I see no one's there. So it's actually interesting. I go for factory here because I know it's the closest cipher to me. And I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be a survivor here. But like, unfortunately, this is the Perfumer, so it's gonna be Kite, yeah. So, she gets the perfume off. Here I'm just looking to make her waste her perfume so I can hit her when she doesn't use it. So I'm waiting here. There, I missed my attack. I try to blink her here, that actually misses. And I just get pallet stunned. So I'm gonna move on because it's a Perfumer. Don't want to waste too much time on her. And I think here I see the mech. Yeah, so I'm gonna chase her. This is another one of the traps I talked about earlier. I put the leech behind the pallet, so if she runs in that area, I can switch to that leech and hit her. She understands that, has to take a really awkward route. So I get the hit on. And then here, I think I'm looking to go for a trap, but like, I know that follower is behind the pallet, so it'd be a little awkward to do, so I'm just gonna chase her for a bit here.
Alright, you already used your blink.
Yeah, I used the blink already, so I kinda have to trap her.
Yeah.
Actually, when she threw that pallet down, I was questioning really hard how that wasn't a hit.
Yeah. I have a question. Do you ever get busy or do you encounter headaches?
Do I get headaches when playing Dream Witch? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just used to this hunter. Can you repeat that? Sorry.
I always feel busy playing Dream Witch.
Oh, yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm really used to the hunter. So I'm pretty sure they're down to 2 ciphers here, and it's already looking terrible for me because, yeah, they're down to 2 ciphers and I just got my first chair. So get the save off. I'm gonna hit the mercenary there, and I'm actually not gonna chase the mech. I'm gonna go after the cipher. I do that because I know I'm behind and I need to make sure that they don't pop the cipher on me. there so I can keep track of him too. It was kind of unfortunate for me because this mech was in the factory, so it was like I can't really chase her because I'll just get factory loot forever.
Yeah, factory is still annoying for hunting.
Yeah, factory is extremely annoying.
Yeah,
Like if you don't have confined space.
Orange factory, it's like it's either you win or you get a draw. Or
that was actually a really solid blink there.
Yeah, that was nice.
I think that was definitely something that saved me.
So just like this map, are you cipher ready?
Yeah, so I know this cipher right here is about to be done, so I just switched to abnormal immediately.
What are your thoughts between teleport and normal? I see some Greenwich users who choose teleport rather than normal.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a map thing, but if you're in a situation where the survivors pop the cipher on you, then definitely you want to switch to teleport and you want to play with the teleport game. But if you find yourself in a situation where you can protect the ciphers, like we just saw in this game, how I switched to abnormal, I definitely think abnormal is a good choice.
Oh, they're starting a new cipher.
Yeah, so it forces them to start up a new cipher, which makes them decode even more. I don't think you're expecting me to walk through that. One thing to note here too is that I hit the Merc earlier because I want to reduce decoding as much as possible because I knew I wasn't gonna hit the mech because the Merc was body blocking earlier in the factory.
He was body blocking really hard.
Yeah, I just had to hit him to make sure like I at least hit somebody.
Perfumer went down the wrong area.
Yeah, that was a really ideal area for me, for her to go down, because like I can protect the cipher from the one next to me. You know, imagine if she gets terror shocked here, that'd be really unfortunate.
She just nice. That's
Yeah, I think that just sealed the game.
he was waiting too long.
Yeah, I saw him waiting, so I was like, okay, I know you have to go for the save right here, otherwise you miss it, so. Now they're down to 2 survivors, I just need to kill this enchantress, it's over.
Yeah, and I think mercenary can use his self.
Yeah, he uses exit path already. This is definitely something to keep note of too. How I trap survivors. I kind of stay on the leech follower, so I'll know where she's at. I don't really use the spawn too much.
Enchantress is...
Yeah, so now here she's dead. She has no stacks on this follower.